think doing something like this, so if they do have another vision, at least Riven survives. Today we are finishing my themed pool party videos. We've done videos featuring all of the new skins with the exception of Draven. So for today, we're building a deck kind of based around Draven, and I thought that we would go a step further. We're also going to be pairing Draven with Riven, so you get the old skins combined with the new skins, and I kind of wanted to play into the pool party Draven lineup, if you will. You'll see what I mean when I talk about the deck. But first, this is my reminder to you that if you just want to jump to the game, yes, singular game today, I'll explain that as well. But if you want to jump to the game, you can do so with time tags. And if you want the deck code for this deck, that'll be in the video description along with a link to Mobalytics. So I guess I should say right out of the gate, only one game in today's video. I got to cut the recording short. I got some stuff going on with my family. So unfortunately, this video is going to be a bit shorter than usual. Also, regarding the theme, well, we're going to dive into the deck and take a look. Normally I do like the top down, but I just wanted to say we're running Draven and Riven because it's a bit of the old and the new. But the Draven pool party skin, especially the level 2 specifically, features certain characters. Now, I didn't get all of them in. We're not running the Minotaur and we're not running the Arena Battlecaster, but I wanted to do something that had Kato and Shiraza in it. So we are running 3 copies of Shiraza, 3 copies of Kato, just to kind of go into the theme. And then I was like, well, I know he wasn't at the beach, but if Draven has his Swole squad, if you will, naturally you got to run Swole Squirrel. So we are going to be running the Flurry of Fists combo deck. There are better versions of this that exist, but I wanted to go a little bit deep onto the theme with, you know, Shiraza and etc. So if you're not familiar, the combo is you either play units that have quick attack like Draven, or you play units that grant quick attack like Young Witch or Legion Drummer, or in this case, you play the Riven Reforge units. So we have Riven, we've got Rune Weaver, and we've got Blade Squire, and those can obviously give you a shot at quick attack, also Overwhelm. And then when you reforge the blade and you make that big sweet blade, obviously that grants both Overwhelm and quick attack as well. Those are all great. So you're trying to get quick attack on something so that your Flurry of Fists grants double attack and it hits like a truck. We're taking it a step further with this list because, again, we got numbers of ways to grant Overwhelm, whether it's through the Reforge mechanic or through Kato. I'm running the one of Might here as well. So you've got that because the Overwhelm with the double attack is beautiful. And then again, because we're doing the Shiraza Kato combo, if you can get the double attack with the Overwhelm on a Shiraza, well, now you're just talking about obliterating a Nexus. But we're running Swole Squirrel as well, who loves the double attack because every time it strikes, it doubles its power. So this is a unit that can get out of hand very quickly as well. Not a lot of reactive units in this list, unfortunately. For the most part, you're just kind of sticking to your linear game plan. And then even beyond like what I would call reactive units, a reactive unit in my mind is something like Glory Seeker, where you're playing the unit in a attempt to respond to the opposing board. I usually think of them as units with Challenger, or just units that are meant to like kind of slow down or counter opposing board strategies. Maybe Iceveil Archer, things like that. We don't have a lot of reactive units. We also don't have a lot of reactive spells. I'm running Whirling Death. Whirling Death is great in this because it obviously helps Draven with getting axes and the striking, but it's also a great way to power up Swole Squirrel as well. So you've got stuff like that, but it's pretty much straightforward. Like, you're playing units and then you're just trying to run stuff over with your units. Syncopation is in the list to be a bit sneaky, so that if you do have something with double attack but it doesn't have Overwhelm, you can get it into position. You can also use it to save some of your key units. If it's being targeted by removal, then you can swap it with, say, like a Blade Squire or something low value. We're running 1 Nopify and 1 Deny and 1 Might. A lot of those are just one-ofs to kind of keep them honest and maybe surprise people on the ladder. But yeah, the rest is just the linear game plan. So as always, said it once earlier, but I'm going to repeat it. Deck code in the video description, link to Mobalytics in the video description. I'm really bad about reminding people of this, so if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for choosing my video. But we are going to jump into the singular game. I feel really bad it's only one today, but we're going to jump in and hopefully have a lot of fun. Discard aggro. This is going to be a little bit interesting. We get a pretty Riven early on. I think we'll send the Rune Weaver back because the 2-drops here are also kind of nice. We'd like to find a 1-drop if possible, but I think keeping the Riven makes sense. No Draven. Hey, we found a 1-drop. Beautiful.
I hope that was mood.
So we're gonna take this trade. And then what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna go with a Glory Seeker because that might get them to not develop if they're afraid of this trading with something, and we're just gonna take the pass because we want to wait till later when we can use a Legion Drummer and really jam stuff home. But they actually might catch us off guard a bit here. This is an interesting spot. So next round, if we want Legion Drummer and the Fists combo, we would have to save mana for that, but I don't think that's the play. I think this is still a Riven here.
Born in battle and raised by war.
You're just worried about a discard effect with Vision, because then the Chompers will trade here. Quick attack is nice because it means we don't have to develop Legion Drummer here if we don't want to.
I'll cut them apart. You're mine.
Interesting. Let's do this.
I sense their power.
Let's do this. Because if they do anything where they're trying to save that, then we also could have flurried. And if they don't, like they did, then we can just develop Draven after the fact. So our skins have showed up. That's nice. They're going to be making a wide board here that I assume is to set up a crowd favorite. So there's the Vision, and then with the 4 mana left over, a crowd favorite makes an awful lot of sense. We sadly don't have much as far as our reactive tools. So we instead are just going to have to be trying to set up for, you know, not dying this round and then maybe pushing for lethal the next round with our combo. And so I think that actually means Kato is the way to go here. So there is the crowd favorite. Right on cue.
You will not break me.
This is gonna hurt for you.
It could have another Vision, which is problematic.
I would not want to be you.
But I don't think we can afford to not block. We just would really like to save this Draven. I think doing something like this, so if they do have another Vision, at least Riven survives. And we'll have the axes to help her out. And so there is the Vision. We planned accordingly. We lose Draven, but we gain an opportunity. Now, if they have a Get Excited, we just lose. There's nothing we can do about that. But without a Get Excited, we at least have hope.
We march as one, an unstoppable
We need
force.
this to be able to give something the quick attack.
Time for the main event.
And so I think the way that we want to do this is to give Kato Overwhelm.
Fly to them on broken wings.
And then we'll give Kato also Quick Attack as well. And then Kato will give this the bonus so that this will run over crowd favorite.
Face me. What conflict awaits?
We could have also just forged the blade, but we really are trying to set up a flurry play here.
There's still much to answer for.
Again, we could just be dead to get excited. Oh, they just let it through. We might just be dead anyway then.
I'm cold.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, who are you?
We could have preemptively played our flurry, but I didn't want to take the risk. And I think instead they might be trying to rocket us.
Blinking sometime.
We need to have enough for this whirling death. Play the Shiraza. They have a Chompers, and then so Jinx will level. Jinx will level, and there is not much that we can do about that.
Now we're cooking.
I'll give you to the Countess.
But our whirling death should bail us out here.
Anything helps.
Is that all you got?
The question is, what is it that we want to stay alive? And I think the answer is probably her
No looking back.
instead of Riven, because we're going to be able to make the blade and toss it on her. Again, assuming we don't just straight up die to burn. But if we do something like this, they keep Draven and we keep Shiraza. I think this is the appropriate way to do it. I was trying to think if there was any way that we could also save Kato with syncopation,
This'll be
because we could do this
Nice to punch you.
like this, and now we save Kato and Shiraza. So it's just going to come down to, do they top deck a Get Excited, because they get the axe from here. So Get Excited is still an out for our opponent. Otherwise, the open attack should be enough. And we're going to give him Overwhelm as well. We're not going to take the blade, though. We want the open attack. And we get the surrender. So I think that worked out pretty well. We got to see Draven. We got to see Kato, Shiraza, Riven. The entire squad that we were trying to showcase showed up in the video. So we're going to call this a win. I know I do normally do 2 videos, but as I said during the deck description, I've got some family stuff going on today. So today's recording, unfortunately, a bit shorter than normal, but I appreciate you watching nonetheless. And I hope you enjoy the deck if you do try it out. Like I said in the deck description, there are other variants floating around that are probably a bit more fine-tuned, but I was trying to really go in on the pool party theme here. I didn't go all in because we didn't run Battlecaster, but I ran enough of it that I felt good about our theme and good about our cool combos. So anyway, yeah, love you all. Thank you for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.